Korean media has reported that despite interest from a diverse group of manufacturers, the Korean FA-50 and Chinese JF-17 fighter jet are the finalists in Malaysian Air Force's Light Combat Aircraft program for 18 fighters. This Korean media report is only a claim that comes from unverified and made-up sources. Argentina had to scrap its plan to purchase 8 FA-50 fighter jets in 2020, as Korea had failed to obtain export licenses for 6 major components of FA-50 from the UK. The Malaysian Air Force team will arrive in India next month, and will visit the Tejas production facilities of Hindustan Aeronautics, as they have already evaluated the Tejas light combat aircraft at Lima 2019 Air Show in Malaysia, where the Chinese JF-17 didn't participate. The main requirement of the Malaysian Air Force is a better mid-range weapons capacity, which is a major strong point of the Tejas Mark 1A fighter jet that will be equipped with Astra Mark 1, Astra Mark 2 and the Indo-Russian BrahMos NG variant. The Ministry of Defense had signed a contract for 16 anti-submarine warfare shallow water craft in 2019, under which 8 ships will be built by Garden Reach Shipbuilders, and 8 more by Cochin Shipyard Limited. Garden Reach Shipbuilders have now released a tender for building the RF scale model for anti-submarine warfare shallow water craft, that will be used to study the performance of communication antenna located on the top deck, and help to integrate various antennas with that of ship's structure during the design phase of ship's construction. The delivery of these anti-submarine warfare shallow water craft are scheduled to start from October 2022. That will be followed with 2 ships every year by each of the shipyards. Fresh tender documents for the procurement of power supply and relay units for the Astra Mark II program now confirms that the Astra Mark II will be the first indigenous air-to-air missile that will feature an ejection launcher, which will also ensure better safe missile separation on launch even in the most extreme of the flight conditions. Another advantage of the ejection launcher is that they are low on maintenance, and also offers reduced radar signature as compared to the traditional wing pylon stations. The ejection launcher will also be compatible with the Advanced Short Range Air-to-Air Missile, Astra IR variant, Astra Mark 1, Mark 2 and Mark 3 missile. The DRDO's Young Scientist Laboratories for Asymmetric Technologies has started the work to create an outdoor testing platform at the Orange Test Facility for testing swarm drones of an approximate size of 1.5 meters by 1.5 meters, while the DRDO's Center for Artificial Intelligence is also building artificial intelligence capabilities for target acquisition. DRDO's Young Scientist Laboratories for Asymmetric Technologies has also placed a tender for procuring augmented reality glasses with software customization for flying UAVs. A number of YouTube channels have reported that after the request of Pakistani government, the US government has made a determination to sell 8 units of F-16 fighter jets to Pakistan worth $669 million. It is to be noted that this news finds its origin from an old article from the year 2016, and currently there is no talks on selling F-16 fighters to Pakistan. India has issued a NOTAM warning from 14 April to the 16th of April for the launch of 450 km range BrahMos air-launched missile from Su-30 fighter jet of the Indian Air Force from the Strategic Andaman and Nicobar Command. The Indian Air Force is also integrating the BrahMos on 40 Su-30 fighters for anti-ship operations, and had also deployed several BrahMos missile-equipped Su-30 fighters to the northern borders with China. The advocate who had filed the public interest litigation seeking independent investigation into the Rafale fighter deal in 2017, has again filed a petition in Supreme Court against the 36 Rafale deal, saying that new revelations were made by a French media website Mediapart, that claimed that Dassault Aviation had paid 8.5 crore rupees to an Indian middleman. Russian officials have said that Russia has identified 3 potential customers for its Su-57E variant. That includes Algeria, India and Turkey, while on the other hand, the Indian Air Force chief had already clarified in 2019 that India will not buy any foreign 5th generation fighter jet and is focusing on its 5.5 generation AMCA fighter program. United States has sought to bring down differences with India on the passage of a US destroyer through India's exclusive economic zone without permission, as the Pentagon Press Secretary John F. Kirby has said that the destroyer had conducted an innocent passage through waters off the Maldives, and said that military maneuvers had not been carried out. The ISRO will conduct the second test of its reusable launch vehicle later this year, so that it can start the orbital re-entry experiment in 2022. Certain changes have also been made to the Gaganyaan crew module, and it will support only 2 Indian Gaganauts, instead of earlier plans to carry 3 Indian Gaganauts to space on a 7-day mission. The launch of GSAT-1 Earth observation satellite has also been delayed due to a voltage issue, and it will be launched after the minor power problem is resolved.
Omar dropped it.